What's going on, everybody? Thinking Game Podcast. We started a little later than usual. It's been a long week. I know for me, it's been a long last week and coming into this week. It's been crazy, but shout out to we got Pill in the house. We got John in the house. We got
What's up,
Mike in the house.
world?
What's going on?
Hello,
Man, how y'all
guys.
week going so far, man? Before I tell y'all about mine, how y'all week going so far, man?
The world is the world. Hustle and bustle, nine to
Boy,
five. Take it one day at a time.
how
Yeah,
about you, Pill?
it's, yeah, it's pretty much the same thing, Just trying to stay afloat.
Man. So for me, man, we got this at church. We got this other camera put up, and we have revival service. It was pretty crazy. So it's like learning on the fly. It's a long week, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just running audio and video. Then on Sunday night, I got a text from this clearing land or that mulching company. That they got their forestry mulching. They're like, "Yeah, we coming out there Monday." I was like, "Oh man."
Yeah.
And this is why I tell kids, get you a career job because I could just let my manager know I need to take off tomorrow and it ain't no problem. But when you work retail though, when I used to work at Walmart, nah,
Mhm.
they ain't going, dog. It ain't happening like that. But I was able to go down there and meet them down there in the country and they cleared it off. And they actually did it pretty fast too, considering, you know what I'm saying? But but yeah, man, we here now though. Thank y'all for coming on. We had to take off last week, man. I had a lot of stuff going on last week, guys. I was putting in cameras at a daycare,
Mhm.
doing audio and video at church on the weekend. I was all over the place, man. I was getting stretched in just about. But I think it added sharpened my skills even more though, man. So
Mhm.
but today's podcast, before we warm up, is are we learning backwards instead of learning forward? I should have put the R in there. Let me change that real quick. Somebody said, "Hey, you talking about learning forward? You can't even spell." Bro,
you know they
how they do it, man. You know how
the
they
Yeah.
do it.
screenshot coming to you soon.
All right, forward. Yeah, learning forward. What y'all think, man? Are we learning backwards instead of learning forward, man? When you seeing what's going on in the community, man?
It's
What do yeah,
it's in every aspect of things.
Hmm.
People don't want to use tools they have available. I think
Mm,
you was talking about the chat GPT thing. The things are here and they're available to us.
yes.
Whether it's tradition, religion, whatever's holding you back from using the tools that are readily available to you, um, whether it's not using calculators, because that was big when I was coming up.
Yeah.
Uh, don't
Yeah.
use
You got to use
calculators.
shorthand. Yeah. Use shorthand. Like,
Yeah,
man, okay.
you ain't gonna have when you grew up. You ain't gonna have a calculator with you all the time. And look at me now. I
Boy.
carry a calculator everywhere I go.
Boy. You ain't
So
lying.
um, we gotta adjust, and I
Yes.
think we are not using the tools in the access to the resources we have. You
Mm,
know, um, and I think the sooner we start using those resources and learning these techniques,
yes.
it'll be easier for us to do. So I think we are kind of the process is kind of mixed up.
What
yeah.
you think, Pill?
Um, to piggyback off what John said, yeah, people not using like what we got now, but in the same breath, I think if you miss those lessons, you know, not everything's gonna be available like that for everybody. So the old school way of thinking, it's gonna help you, but you still gotta push forward and learn new things now.
Right. Right.
That's it.
Yeah, I think if I could throw a wrinkle in there, what y'all saying. I agree with what y'all saying, but I think when I see um a lot of things have gotten lost over time, probably due to a lot of things. Sometimes while you're young, you have to be careful about what you learn because some things what you learn it can affect what you take in later. Does that make sense? So let's say if you learn about the race stuff before you actually learn about self-development first. You can almost blind yourself because you can feel like the system's oppressing and all this, but at the same time, how do you develop yourself? You still got to develop yourself, even in a system that people deem that's oppressive. You still have to find a way to get these kind of skills or learn some kind of skills that can, what I'm saying, get you to a place of stability, you know what I'm saying? Because like I say, a lot of times I know my mom used to tell me this. I don't know how parents are now, but my mom used to tell me, if you can learn these rap songs, you can learn this stuff at school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's how I was, I was raised like that. I know some people might not be raised like that. And that's why I'm saying it's a lot of people that know the other stuff, but when you start learning about your skills and stuff, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but how did you learn how to drill though? You know what I'm saying? How did you learn that? If you can learn how to drill, you can definitely learn some academic stuff. You know what I'm saying?
But
You should
Yeah.
definitely go to a gunsmith school. If you can put a switch on the Glock, you should definitely go to a gunsmith school. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
If you could do that and not mess the gun up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If
it
that
takes
ain't
a same amount of effort and time to learn a skill. You learn a bad skill or a good skill, it takes time. Either playing a game or selling drugs or selling a drink to a woman. People do what they want to do,
right,
and what you think is cool or popular. So, or what
yeah.
you think is going to gain you status in your peer group.
Like when I look back now, just from a reflective standpoint, I really think that especially for a man, I really think your foundation you should start before you get into adult in life. You really should start learning about whatever religion you choose. I'm saying you should really develop that spiritual learning first, and then everything else sprout off of that. But that's just me, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But a lot of times you don't get to do that depending on your circumstances because not everybody, family, takes them to church. And some kids don't get that. They learn the streets first, and that blinds you from a lot of things because the streets are so strong, it won't allow you to learn about nothing else because learning about the streets, this stuff, the elements is so strong sometimes. So
yeah. But I also think like everybody should believe in God, but it's just whether you want to put it into Christianity or Islam or
that's why I say
whatever,
whichever one you choose.
whatever. Like, but at the end of the day, I'm like, you don't have to subscribe to any religious, belief, but just as long as you believe in God, like that's all that matters because these are trying times that's going on right now, and it's going to affect whether you're rich or poor. But the richer, they probably got some kind of type of escape plan, but it wouldn't matter.
No, I think more of the
I,
structure. Like a lot of
I think
times, go ahead,
I
go ahead,
think what
Joe.
Peel said is a good first step.
Yeah,
Just know God. That's step one.
right.
And I think that's hard because that's on somebody else. That's on the adults in your life. That's on somebody to teach you. God is everywhere. It just takes somebody else to make you see the writing on the wall. It's
Because I
there,
think,
but you can't see that. You ain't never got a child 5,
yeah,
6, 7 just knows to inherently praise God or obey God.
right. And I think and that's kind of what I'm gonna lean off what you just said. Um, that's why I always keep saying like when men don't take their sons to church, you know what I'm saying? Like if their son don't have their father that example to see. Um, but I think too the structure of either religion, whatever one you choose, I'm saying the structure, understanding like personal responsibility, personal structure, personal development. Before you even get into the race, before you get into politics, all the other extracurricular stuff, like understanding about you, like personal responsibility. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people don't learn that, but they get into the extracurricular activities first. But then you try to blame the extracurricular activities, but you don't realize, no, you're personally responsible for what you do, whether you agree with it or not. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the part I think people don't, you don't learn that young, and you go into life and you start, making decisions, but you don't understand that personal responsibility that come with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think that's an excellent point. A lot of people don't know the structure and responsibility of God and heaven in your life. And a lot of people get that later in life, which should be your first or second thing you learn.
Because if you learn the street structure first, it's gonna be hard to want to do the structure that God wants you to live by. Because
You won't
you feel like
I
you're
don't-
restricted,
I
but
don't
you
think
really
so.
not. You know what I'm saying? It's just
you
how you
won't
look.
see the God in everything. You won't
Right.
see it because you're
Yeah.
trained not to see it. You're trained.
I don't agree with that.
That's
But
fine. That's fine. I
no,
get it.
because no, I don't agree with it. Because just because people grow up in certain type of environments, like that doesn't mean that they don't know God, they don't know themselves.
But what I'm saying is, like, if you understand the word of God, He wants you to have a relationship with God, but
Yeah,
not want to do the will of God. It's kind of like you halfway doing it.
and that's what I'm
It's like
saying.
if
Like,
somebody marry you, but they don't want to really be with you. It's like they halfway being with you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think this halfway is a necessary step you take in serving God. I think everybody, when they start getting serious, they're gonna halfway do it because they want to do it.
But don't
They
stay.
see
That's
it,
what I'm
but it's
saying. I'm
hard.
saying, but
That's
some people be
important.
halfway doing it for 15 years. That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
It's an important step. It's not a place to live.
But that's
It's
what I'm
not
saying.
a
How do you
place
get
to
out of
build
that
a
though?
house. It's a
Right.
step you
Yeah.
take.
But like you say, like we say, it's just all what you subscribe to. That's it.
Right. Yeah. For sure. I mean, I'm not saying it like I'm trying to talk. I'm saying I struggle. I'm talking from my own experience, like the inner struggle of wanting to do something that naturally you don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? And it takes something, dealing with working with yourself to get yourself to that point. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's
Has done nothing but help me. But
I think when you know what you want and when you really look at what God has to offer, He's not really asking you to do much.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
not asking you to do that much, and it
some people
really
feel like it's a lot, but some people feel like it's a lot. You hear it all the time.
No, but
Yeah.
you have to look at it. You're my opinion. I feel like it's a lot, but it's really not. When I'm looking at what He's telling me to do, everything He's telling me to do keeps me safe.
Right.
Mhm.
Makes things less complicated.
Mhm.
Doing it my own way, I'm free, but it's more complicated. It's more heartbreaking. But if
Yeah.
I do it His way, it's less complicated.
For sure.
It's more secure. So
Yeah.
it
So let's
seems
warm up a
hard,
little
but it's
bit.
not.
Something that's funny, man. Tell me what y'all think about this, man. Let me turn it up a little before we pop it off. This is funny.
Keep it real with you. I love drugs. You're talking to a real addict. Kid.
Oh, what are we doing? What's going on here? What happened to the audio?
It started.
Huh?
It
It
started
started, but
playing.
it was real low.
Hold on. I think I got it now. Hold on. Let me see.
Keep it real with you. I love drugs. You're talking to a real addict. Kid.
Hard drugs.
I mean, yeah, I want to sniff cocaine. If I ain't got to play ball, that mean I don't have no responsibility.
Did you do drugs while you were playing?
Nah. Summertime I did though.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna front.
Mhm.
Do y'all think he didn't do drugs while he was playing in the NBA season?
It's like Rick James said, Dave Chappelle, when Dave Chappelle played, cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
You don't think he went to the bathroom real quick? Hey, coach, I'll be right back.
I need a power pellet.
Yeah.
If Red Bull gives you wings, I wonder what cocaine gives you.
Man. I'm gonna wait till you finish, but I'm
Summertime.
So not
I used to
during the
call 'em-
season.
No.
Okay.
You know, if you get caught for sniffing cocaine, that spending's gonna be crazy. I had some
But
great cocaine summers though.
You just displayed
72 hours.
self-control because you
must-
don't.
Can you imagine having so much money that your whole summer consists of cocaine?
yeah, hey.
You can get as much as you want. That's crazy, man.
But
Man.
moving cocaine to be out your system in 3 days. You know,
But that's
Like,
the
man,
thing.
one
How many
dude-
gonna wait 3 days? How many cocaine can wait 3 days? You gonna do it again before 3 days, though.
no, but you can pass a test. You know, you postpone a couple of days.
How many
You
of them
pretty
can,
good.
can sniff cocaine and not do it no more for 3 days?
Cocaine,
Have you ever
I
seen
heard
it?
it's
But-
easy. No, crack.
Have you ever seen that?
Say what?
Have you ever seen that? Somebody sniff cocaine, don't do it no more.
Oh,
Yeah, powder. Now,
I ain't
rock,
seen it.
rock is
I
different.
heard a lot of people tell me about powder. They said powder is the hardest thing. Like if you get to doing it, it get tough. You know,
Nah, I ain't heard that.
I've heard a lot
Yeah.
of people say that.
but also that like if you know L.O.'s story, like I think his dad was addicted to it, and just with his dad being addicted to it, like some people, they might even function better when they own it.
For sure.
That's
Don't
it's
mean
crazy
the
to
risk
it's crazy
don't
to
mean
even think
just 'cause you
of.
can function though. That don't mean they ain't gonna tax your body though. Still gonna tax
Yeah, but
tax
it,
your body, though.
I mean, it's cocaine. I mean, it's not a vitamin,
Yes.
but
Yeah, it's not
you
vitamin
are
C.
functional.
It's not
You
vitamin
feel
C.
better.
You take too much vitamin C, your body get rid of it. You take too much cocaine, you could die. You know. What I
Yeah,
mean?
you feel better and you act better and you might talk better because you're on a drug that stimulate that makes you it may make you perform better. Not only just act better, perform better in a higher level, but
Yeah.
like I just say this, like I didn't do no hard drugs or nothing like that.
Yeah.
But I know when I played basketball and I was real good at it, more 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, I probably didn't get high off weed. Like, cause
Well, now,
it's
what made you not want to mess with cocaine though?
that's a hard drug. I don't
No, but you were just saying a few minutes ago, like you
spoke-
could see
no,
how
that's
you
what I'm
do it,
saying,
but
like-
I'm just
like-
saying.
some people are born off they was born off that. You know what
But I'm saying if you see somebody struggling with cocaine, I'm not judging. I'm just saying what makes a person trying to get people to understand the thinking part. What makes a person bypass cocaine is a hard drug, but I still want to try. What do y'all think? Like
like
it's
in the South, where in this type of region, like you'll have to go to Florida because that's what they was doing. They was doing the cocaine here,
you from
crack,
New York.
huh? But that's what I'm
You from New
saying.
York.
Like they was more heroin. Like they on a harder type of
yeah,
drug.
like Benzino was even did an interview like,
But I'm
hey,
saying
he had a heroin habit.
what's the thought pattern? What do y'all think? Like the thought pattern that make a person bypass the risk of what they're doing? They know, like there's a point like when with heroin, you see fiends slumped over. You see them slumped over on the road, like past the 80s, and people still
but-
want to try it right now.
No,
Somebody
like,
still
hey, man,
want to try. Yeah.
no, I ain't gonna ever shoot up, but I'll snort a little heroin. Like that's been a mindset, you know, to try. But it's like everybody wants to be open. I'll try something. It's just a little try. It's a new hot thing, but ain't nothing new under the sun. And if I see you do it and you stumped over, I ain't gonna do it.
Yeah.
Matter of
it's
fact,
wild.
I don't see the appeal of marijuana. I took a couple of hits myself, didn't affect me, you know, and I guess I ain't pulling hard
I've
enough,
been there.
you know.
Yeah.
It's like,
But-
man, it's almost like you in the Matrix. I've been there. I could see how. I didn't like it either. I never like to lose control of myself. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes drugs, it'll make that happen, whether people agree with it or not. But man, you know, you get so spaced out, man. Some drugs you just lose control, like that common sense control. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Oh,
that's why I always say, like,
the risk.
weed didn't ever make me like lose control. It just kept me a nice little balance. Like now, when you get to talking about them harder drugs, or just even sipping syrup, because syrup was nothing but like a liquid form of heroin.
Mm-hmm.
but nobody knew it back then, except the ones that was in the
But you
military.
still taking a drug. It's a risk, though. I'm saying that it's always a risk when you take a drug on your body. Always.
Anything.
I ain't never seen a drug that don't have risk. Even the prescription pharmaceutical drugs. Oh, when you take this drug, you're gonna have explosive diarrhea. You're gonna have headaches. You're gonna have hallucinations. Everything got some kind of risk. If it's not natural, it's gonna be a risk involved. You know.
I mean, but everything you do.
Yeah, everything you do, every choice you make, every time you get behind the wheel, you take a risk. But even with alcohol, like my body got to shut off. Like if I can't walk, I don't want to drink no more. I ain't gonna take 3 more shots, and I can't even stand up. You know, I got a natural cutoff.
Some people they want to see what's the danger zone is. They'll try it. They'll say, you know what, I can't walk. Let me just try 3 and see what it do this time. And next thing you know, you in ER getting pumped. He get your stomach pumped because he wanted to test it. All right, man, let's keep listening to it. Huh?
No, go ahead.
Do it during the season, but you wait till after the season. So you got the control.
You got the control, but addict mind, you're gonna think of how you're gonna beat the system.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And so that was my way of beating the system, just partying hard in the summertime.
Former Laker Byron Scott wants LeBron James off the team.
I love.
Man, I seen Club 520. Shout out to them, man. They was giving it to Lamar, man. It was funny. They was like, dude, this sitting up there looking like a fiend, man, with the black coat and the AC. He got on leather pants. That was funny, man. I don't know. I think dude snorted coke during the season. Man, people that I've seen on cocaine, man, cocaine is crazy, man.
I ain't never seen those success stories, you know.
You know, he died at the money ranch like 5 times. They coded like 5 times or something like that.
That's a failure. You know. Thank God he got some money left, and thank God he's still alive.
Yeah.
Boy.
And the part that they didn't show was they put something in his drink.
Yeah.
Once they put something in your drink, you done that. I didn't see it happen to people. I had a cousin right now. Like that stuff happened.
I wish raindrops would fall.
Yeah,
they never
like that. Yeah, 100%. Like,
but
my grandmother say, you going somewhere you ain't got no business. Stuff can happen.
Yeah.
Period. Like you say, I don't care what she said, I don't care who got caught or what you did. That you don't go on somewhere you ain't got no business going. I didn't get there when I was little, but when I got older, I understand. Like when you go somewhere you ain't got no business, it can go left, right, up, or down. You don't know which way it's gonna go. You just went somewhere you ain't got no business going. You know what I'm saying?
A few M's, you would have ended up in the bunny ranch too.
You said what?
In your early 20s, you had a few million, you would have ended up in the bunny ranch.
When you from Southwest and you talk to girls and you see how money works, you don't even got to go to the bunny ranch. You can have your own bunny ranch. You got your own bunny ranch.
Because they different. That was different back then, but I ain't giving them no excuse.
Sound like you cool with it,
I'm all for fun. Have fun. You know, you rich, you have fun.
You gotta be smart though. Don't be reckless though. Don't be fun and reckless.
Yeah, I'm not gonna jeopardize all the money I made.
Yeah.
But everybody know the man, them early 20s was different, man. You would have got, man, if you got 50, 60 million in your 20s, yeah, you would have been wild.
I would have been a bad guy. I definitely would have been dark.
I would have definitely been wild, but I ain't going.
I would have been at the bunny ranch though. I would have been at the bunny ranch.
You would have been there. What, the Playboy mansions? Oh, okay.
I wouldn't. I would have did some other stuff, but I wouldn't have been there. I would have did some other stuff, but I wouldn't have done that though.
You would have been there. Man, we left the Playboy Mansion, then we going to the bunny ranch. Yes, you would have been there. Early 20s, 50, 60
I'm telling you, I wouldn't, man. I know myself in 12. I probably would have done some other stuff, but I would have done that. I was too much of a deviant, man. Too much of a deviant, man.
You ain't got a lot of me.
I plead the fifth.
Yeah, plead the fifth too. Some of the stuff I would have done. We get in trouble talking about that. Too diabolical. So, another thing that's in the community. What y'all think about this? Is the buy now, pay later a trap in the community? Because they're saying a lot of people are bypassing the credit card situation, and now they're doing the buy now, pay now, and they are really in the hole because if you miss one payment, they increase like the interest or something crazy. Then more
Oh,
than
yeah.
the credit card.
And that's the thing. Like they try to get them youngsters fresh out of high school. All you need is your social security number. And you young, you pay this back later, don't make the minimum payments. And they have you in a mountain of debt. You're 22 years old, but you owe 200,000. So
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and that's just a modern version of the payday loans. That's all it is.
yes,
Yeah, for
loan
sure.
shark, and that's why a lot of states made that illegal.
Yeah. And that's what I think we talking about. Are we learning backwards? You got to ask yourself, how do you get to a point where you have to use a payday loan or, buy now, pay later stuff? How do you get to that point? Like, are you financially responsible with what you have? You know what I'm saying? I know people don't like hearing that word, but you got to ask yourself that, like, do you look at your budget? Like, I wonder, like, if we did a poll, how many people really look at their budget, or do they just spend when they get paid because they live in check to check?
Well, a lot of people know their budget, and I ain't get their money, and I ain't gonna never have it. But if I just sign this piece of paper, y'all will give me 20,000 in my hand today. I know I ain't get that. I know I never had it. That's the same thing with those refund checks. You got to pay that back. But
Yeah.
you're thinking about now. I'm 20
Right.
years old, and you will give me $30,000. That's a new Charger.
Yeah.
But then you 30 and you still trying to play off that car you get when you 20.
Yeah.
So
Or you trying to say now that the school system failed you, or you know what I'm saying, you trying to say, but you made bad decisions when you was getting the money though.
but you was just a child.
You said what?
You was
Still made
just
the
a
choice.
child.
You still gotta take responsibility. We just talked about that. Like, it's
Yeah,
personal
that's-
responsibility,
That's your
even if you don't
name.
learn about it. What they say in the court, ignorance don't save you from breaking the
Yeah,
law.
that's your name and that's your social. You're gonna have that forever.
Yeah,
Like-
100%.
Like I always say, like the responsibility that we a little bit older now,
Mm-hmm.
and people was telling us back then too, but nobody was listening. We weren't listening. Some was listening, some wasn't.
Right.
I
But
don't.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Now the kids that was watching us come up during that time,
Mm-hmm.
they already too deep into it now. So everything we telling them, they can be able to tell the ones that's up under them, because you have to realize we're a little bit older than what we think we are.
Oh, 100%.
So the
And
one
that's why we're making this content to try to give back to them. Like, if I can give them the missing pieces that I didn't have, maybe I can give them the advantage going forward. You see what I'm saying?
But what I was saying is, like, it's just not the younger folks.
Oh,
It's
for
the
sure.
one. It was the ones that was up under us watching it that can be able to talk to the ones that's up under them.
Oh, for sure, yeah. And ain't some of us, that need,
Yeah.
I need some lessons about financial literacy,
Yeah.
education, gaining skills, and it's never too late. You're never
Yeah,
out
for sure.
until you're dead.
Yeah. That discipline and responsibility. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't remember any old head giving me bad advice. Because
Yeah.
bad advice, I just throw it away. But I can look
But they
back.
do. There are some out there that give bad advice. Yeah, because like I
But
said.
I don't remember any of it.
So let
Me
me
neither.
ask y'all this: when we talking about
Me
learning
neither.
backwards, this is the bonus question, right? I know the deficit of teachers to ratio to students, right? When you talking about the teacher-student relationship, if you could do a responsibility like 100%, how much percentage does a teacher have in teaching, and how much percentage does a student have to learn?
That's an interesting question. I think it changes every year. So in kindergarten, it's like 90 or 95% the teacher.
Sure.
You know, and then first grade is maybe 90. And then every grade, the percentage goes more on the student as an individual. Because when you're at the house, you don't potty train yourself. You don't teach yourself about God. You need somebody else to teach you how to tie your shoe. But every little bit you gain more responsibility. By the time you're in the 12th grade, it's almost 90% you. Matter of fact, you know, college is almost 95. They have the knowledge that you don't have.
Right.
So you don't know what they know. You need it from them. So you go to school with a different mindset, you know. Then you go to school, college freshman and the college senior have a different responsibility as a student, and the teachers have a different responsibilities then. So that's what I think the percentage is. 95% on the teacher in kindergarten, almost 95 or 100% in college.
Yeah.
The responsibility is on the student.
Right.
You know, and some people get like, hey, you're in the 4th grade, you're reading on 3rd grade level, you know, the student needs to bulk up, but most of the time it's the child's environment. So that's what I think about this question.
What you think, Bill?
Man, I think it's 100% on the parents by the time they get to pre-K or kindergarten.
For sure.
And I'm just speaking just from full experience. Parents not taking the time.
Good point.
They really not taking the time. Like I had seen a post like yesterday. Well, it might have been today. And I saw that post and it was like kids was in gifted and talented programs, and I just saying like, okay, damn, we wasn't the only one. How your kid performs, because you know they gotta learn the basic steps before they even get to pre-K and kindergarten.
100%.
Learn how to yes, no, 1 + 1, 2. Man, you got to know all that stuff before you even get to kindergarten. But pre-K is like the first step. But the parents,
behavior, teaching your kids how to behave, you know,
and that's
Right.
that's 100% of it. Like, no, you got to teach the kid how to behave, and like, don't think like, cause they do it like thinking that kid cussing is cool. Like, no, that ain't cool.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't start cussing like that until I got a little bit older, at all. And it's as surprising as it sounds, like, no.
What made you start cussing?
Man,
Curious. I'm just curious. What made you start cussing?
like, you gotta you gotta be able to survive in this stuff. You gotta be able to survive. If not, you're gonna just fall by the wayside.
I know what got me cussing. I remember, and I learned to control it at a young age too.
Oh, for sure.
And I
Most
do
people
it. It was
because you want to do it in front of your mom.
So
Most
I
people ain't gonna do it
even
in
now, or even when I was in my 20s, I cuss a lot in my
You and me
personal
both,
life.
you know,
When I go professional, I don't even think about cussing. Like my language just changes. I don't use. I'm still fun loving. I still high energy, and I don't censor myself. I just use a different vocabulary. It's not like code switching. But I remember what got me cussing a lot and thinking it was cool. Eddie Murphy.
Oh yeah, Richard Pryor for me. Yes.
Yeah, I thought you needed to cuss to be funny, charming, and witty. And I just one time I remember I was like maybe 9, and I remember being with my cousins. They were real strict on witness. Everything out of my mouth, every other word was a cuss word.
Yeah.
F this, be that. I was like, man, that's crazy. You know, like, hey man, you and my mama, like we talking like it was like that's just uncalled for. And I thought about it, that's weird. And I don't do this in front of my parents, but I still cuss.
Man,
I still reserve the right to cuss as an adult now. I'm just respectful about it.
man, I didn't let people even call me the N word for a long time. I'm talking about like 20s. Like, man, don't call me
So you
that.
came to McClellan? No, I'm messing with
Nah,
you.
like, nah, but you know, people, you can talk like that.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, you can talk like that, but just don't call me that. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, I didn't grow up like everybody else. Like it was a respect like type of level. Even though like I'm from the trenches, like I've been through this, and that's what they say, hey, man. You want respect, you gotta earn it. Then you go
So how
there,
much
or you just take it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
parents
take it.
having their kids? So do y'all think kids should learn behavior at home and then come learn academically at school? Do you think that's how it's supposed to go?
No.
That's the blueprint. You learn your behavior. Matter of fact, you learn a lot of your preschooling from your parents. You know, you're
Yeah.
supposed to know read on a certain level and learn basic math skills. Give the teacher something to work with.
Mm-hmm.
But your behavior is taught at home. You should bring that to the school.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. And that's exactly how it was. Like before you even get to, you know, kindergarten, first grade, that's how I was taught. Like you supposed to
Yeah.
be 2 or 3 grades ahead of everybody else. That's how I was taught.
And
But
I'm gonna ask y'all this one more question on this, and then we'll move to
mhm.
something else. What age do you think that even if the environment is not where you want it to be, you have enough wherewithal to go against the grain and learn something to get out of the circumstance that you're in? Like, what age do you think that's
3 years old. 2 or 3
Mhm.
years old. 2 or 3 years old. For me anyway.
right? Well, I'm
2
saying
or
like the
3.
average, 2 or 3.
But that's
Okay.
not the average, you know what I'm saying?
I'm
But
saying the average. I'm not talking you're extra. You're
yeah,
astronomical. I mean,
yeah, my bad.
you're the asterisk, all right. But we're talking about the average person.
The average person should be about 7 or 8 years old. I think. I
Okay,
might be
I'm
wrong.
with you. That makes sense.
I might be completely wrong. But I know by 7 or 8, yeah, they already got their mind where it is.
Yeah. So here's the curveball question: Is YNs random or is it genetics?
It's 50-50.
He said 50.
It's 50-50.
He said,
I mean,
Nature versus nurture.
I mean, it really is. Like some people, it's like people don't take into account that a lot of stuff the kids or people do, like it's just innate genetics, like for real.
oh, for sure. I understand.
But
Yeah.
the environment is what it's that trigger point. Like, oh,
It's just the genetics, and then the environment enhances the genetics,
that's
right?
it. That's
You
it.
know your dad was in the streets, and then you grew up in O
Not
Block. It's in your genetics, and then you in O Block, so it's just
no,
going to enhance
no,
what's already there.
no, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just not just because they from there.
No, you don't.
Like
Your dad don't have to be from. I'm just saying, it's the environment that you growing up in, though.
it triggers it. Like some
Yeah,
people, like they man, you have people that really don't want to. They don't want no problem with nobody, and then
right.
certain things happen, and it triggers exactly what they was running from.
Yeah, I had a principal tell me that. She said, if you keep fighting, you're gonna end up being the same people that that you're trying to fight, you gonna end up turning into that. I was like, that's a good point. But yeah, you think about like even like you think about Highland Park. You think how many families like even like third generation Highland Park dudes. You know what I'm saying? It's like fourth generation Highland Park. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, but it's real. Though people don't really think
Man,
about the details
like
of that. Like it's fourth generation Southside Project. It's fourth generation. You know what I'm saying? Grandpa,
and
dad. You know what I'm saying? Uncle,
man,
and it just passed down. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's one of them things that I learned when I was coming up. Like I didn't literally damn near stayed in every not stayed, but probably much stayed in every neighborhood in Little Rock. But the only one I subscribed to was the South. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like I didn't stayed in on the West Side, Highland Court, uh, been in Granite Mountain, the projects on the East. Like, but I understand like everybody, everybody ain't the same.
no, they not.
And
No.
when I say everybody not the same, like yeah, it's some thug people out here, but it's also some people that had a lot of knowledge and they're willing to get that game up and you just not gonna have to be locked up with that type of knowledge. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
Well,
saying?
I
I
think it
mean,
has nothing to do with genetics. That's the
Mm.
attitude and mindset that you develop to survive in the environment you're in. That's made and sharpened by the environment.
so
You're right.
what do you
Yes,
think could
this
be genetical? What do you think could be genetical? Nothing. What do you think could be genetical? Out of curiosity, what do you think?
not a lot of that. No, this behavior. A lot of these, the way people act, is not genetic. You can't say that a white person acts like this because they're white, or a black person acts like this because they're black. Or
Genetics don't
Chinese
have nothing to do with color. Genetics don't have nothing to do with DNA. It don't have nothing to do with color.
DNA determines your color or culture. If you're African,
Color
you
is a
act
construct.
African.
Color is a construct. I'm talking about your personality traits, your behavior. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about
Nah,
personality
but
traits and behavior.
and then I get what John trying to say. Like
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 work
say
ethic. There are some
for
people that
instance,
in their
The
family they are
work
blue collar
ethic
work
has
ethic.
nothing to do with your DNA.
You don't think so?
No, absolutely not.
What does it got to do then?
That's a skill and that's a behavior. That's a personality. That's an attribute. That's
So you
something
don't
you
think
learn and
nothing? You don't
develop.
think you don't get nothing from your parents? You don't get nothing from your parents.
You act how your parents instruct you to act. That doesn't have anything to do with your DNA.
Okay. All right.
If your daddy with the prison, your DNA ain't gonna make you less likely to go to prison.
It's not about him going to prison. It's about the behavior, though. Having a quick switch that can
Okay,
quick that
let's say,
being able to flip that switch.
let's say your dad was bipolar. You have a likelihood of being bipolar. That's genetic. That would be
Okay,
something that was genetic. But if you want to have any mental instability or any sickle cell, that's genetic.
Yes, that's genetic for sure.
You know, but you can't say, "Oh, my mama had a short temper. I had a short temper." No, you raised in the house by a person with a short temper. You want to adopt that mindset and the mentality.
Okay.
yeah, and it both everybody right in their own sense.
I'm
Like
listening to
everybody
it
right.
now. I
Like,
get it.
but hey, trust me. Like it and it takes patience and time because everybody does have that same genetic gene. Like at the end of the day, like I know, like if we was on the football field and John was like, "Yeah, I'm trying not to hurt him. I'm trying. I don't care if he is on my team. He might be on my team. Damn. But you know what? That genetic gene gonna kick in. But I'm gonna just give him a nice little hit, not to hurt him. Like that stuff, like everything plays a part. Like everything plays a part to where we are at in life. Our grandparents, our parents, great grandparents, and our great grandparents, and they parents showed like
But see, that's not genetic behavior.
it,
So
it's genetic.
you
Like
was right.
something.
Your grandpa raised your daddy. Your grandpa had a short temper. Your daddy had a short temper. Now you got a short temper. It's people raising people with short tempers because they have one. That's what you saw and observed all your life as a child.
What about like abilities, right? Speed. Is that genetic?
Yeah, that would be
Two
something
athletic people.
physical. That would be something physical
Two
that
athletic
you can't
people.
teach or train.
So let me ask you this: if two violent people get together, they're not gonna create nothing.
No, that's a behavior. So two violent people raise somebody violently, that will
They're not gonna
make
pass nothing
another
down
violent
genetic.
person.
Like some people they don't have the mental capacity to say, you know what, I'm not gonna do this because it's violent. You don't think that's part of like the ability, like just like athletics, to make that decision making? You don't think that's genetic?
No, a lot of these people have undiagnosed mental issues, like bipolarism, schizophrenia, ADHD. That's a genetic diagnosis. You have ADD. Some people think ADD. Well, his mama had an attention span like that. That's why he got it. That's a problem. They have ADD or whatever.
Yeah, it was just undiagnosed.
So let me ask y'all this.
Yeah, and that's why it's got a thinking that's genetic.
So let me ask y'all this. What do you think caused the outbreak of the single parent thing? Like just like when do you think there was just a community issue thing? There's like a lot of people just growing up in single parent homes in the 80s and
I mean, it's a lot of things. I don't think one thing contributed more than the other to getting away from the church. It's not. It's
I don't
public.
think it's just more or less the church. I think it's the decision making, right? Yeah.
You know, church is a real structured community, right? You used to get shamed for being pregnant in church, so you saw that.
Do you think that worked? Do you think that worked, or you think it didn't work?
I think a lot of people less people get pregnant that were thinking about that. I don't think it was an end all be all. Of course not.
No,
but it came in a percentage, like say 10 to 20%.
It caused a lot of
it's
destruction.
so many things that goes into that.
Yeah, for sure.
You know.
Yeah.
Like
we're not judging. I'm not telling a woman. I'm saying the risk of being a single parent sucks. It's not good, especially now with prices and stuff high. It's almost to be a single parent now is almost insane. It's crazy. I can't even. I pray for anybody that's doing a single parent thing.
But you know what? I know how like people think, but also like. The success rate is probably even more better. And that's crazy to even think like that.
I don't think it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's crazy to think like that. But you seeing it because once you start holding people accountable, and you got to be careful. Like when you start holding people accountable, sometimes you have to be careful.
What's wrong with holding people accountable? Like, I don't understand.
It's nothing wrong with it. But you gotta be careful, like when certain things, like there's nothing anybody could say to me about my dad. Nothing. He might have been wrong, but in my eyes, you can't say nothing wrong. And that's one of them things like people have to understand. Like you can say certain things, and that's why I always was saying like, man, you just meet people where they at. Figure out their mental. Figure out this. Like everything ain't got to be black and white. Everything ain't got to be green and blue. Just talk to them. Figure them out. Like, okay, I know this kid. He
Well,
really got
how do you help the next person avoid the vortex of falling into that
yeah.
in
And
that world? That's
I
all I'm
just
saying.
explained it. Like, no, you figure out.
Yeah.
You know you don't like when you talk to the youth, and I'm learning this too. While I'm growing older, like my kids a little bit older than y'all. You know what I'm saying? They see it. Like it's a different when they was younger, they turned up. Oh, that's turned up, daddy. You know what I'm saying? But then when it's time for them to really start listening to me. Some do listen, and some be like, I ain't ready yet, cause they want to go through it. They want to go through it themselves. You know what I'm saying? But
And
that's one of the things.
that's
Like
when you tell them the risk. You can go through it. That's what you
you
mean
can
with that.
go
You can go
through it,
through
but
it, but
that's
just
one.
understand the risk. It ain't gonna go the way you want it to.
Bro, everything you saying, like I, like I'm
No,
telling you,
I'm saying the youth, you got to. I'm just telling them that like you can do whatever you want to do. You just got to
I'm
understand the risk, right? Yeah,
full. I'm talking about like full feet in this stuff. Like
right.
this
100%.
is not what I've just started doing.
For sure.
Now what I'm telling you, like from by the time I started working, like when everybody else was doing everything, I'm
Mhm.
telling you, when everybody else was doing everything else, like I was putting certain type of thoughts, that knowledge. I'm telling you, like I had people, and it's been 12, 13 years.
Mhm.
It's like, and that's what it's like, and it's like, Phil, that's what you're saying. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's gonna seem like a double entendre. It's gonna seem like this, but then once you break that stuff down,
Yeah.
like once you break that itch down, it's almost gonna be like drugs. Like, no, you break it down. Hey man, you know what? Learn how to dress for interviews. Learn how to talk a certain
100%.
way.
Yep.
Expand your vernacular. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. 100%.
For real.
And see,
But
that's the next question that we'll close
my
out.
bad, yeah. My
No, you
bad,
good.
y'all.
No, you good, man. We're trying to get it out of you, man. Trying to get you to
Yeah,
break. That's what I'm trying to get you to say,
yeah,
man.
my
You
bad,
getting
y'all.
there. See, you practicing more. You starting to get it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
Now, the last one we're gonna close out. Building a personal standard. I think a lot of times when you learn back, you don't think about this. You build a standard based on things that you can't really carry a long way. Like a
Mhm,
street standard, you can have one, but it's not gonna. You can't apply all the street standard everywhere. You got to
mhm.
take maybe elements of it because it can get you in trouble real fast. But
Yeah.
a personal standard before you even get to the streets, before you get to the race, before you
Mhm.
get to the politics. Do you have your own personal standard of how
Yeah.
you operate? You know what I'm saying?
Off top. Off top, you're gonna have your own. You know what I'm saying? You gonna
You'd
have
be
your own.
surprised. You'd be surprised, bro. You'd be
Yeah,
surprised.
off top, you're gonna have your own, and then
You should, yeah, 100%.
yeah, and then really break this, once you fully break it down, you have to think. And when I say think, don't
Yeah.
think about right now. Think about like 10, 12 years. Cause
Hmm.
everything gonna change at the end of the day. Everything's
Oh,
gonna change.
everything gonna change. The best thing to do is to figure out things that's timeless in
Hmm.
your standard. That's timeless, like development. That's
Hmm.
timeless because you're gonna have to always develop yourself. That's timeless.
Hmm.
Being self-aware, like with your health, taking care of your body.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, think about 10 years down the line. You want to drink heavy, you want to do all that stuff, heavy drugs.
Yeah,
How
boys
is that
gonna
going to affect you 10 years down the line? You know
boys
what I'm
gonna
saying?
catch up.
Yeah. But some people don't, they'll say, I don't care. But then when they catch up, man, I ain't know it's gonna be like
Yeah,
this, man. You've been doing heavy drugs for over
yeah,
10 years, man. What'd
yeah.
you expect? You know what I'm saying?
And
But,
that's one of the things. Like even when we know it, like you just don't put it in their face like that because they already feeling bad about themselves anyway. That's one of the things I'm learning. Like
I think
I've learned.
accountability. I think
Oh,
accountability
those
kind
I
of
had
puts
a
stuff in
technical
way.
problem.
No, you good, bro.
Nah, yeah.
We just talking about building a personal standard before you get into the streets, before you get into race and politics. You got to have your own personal standard. You'll get lost and stuff. And that's how people crash out. You'll crash out. Somebody will crash you out if you don't have a personal standard. You know what I'm saying? They'll say, go kill this dude. You'll go do it because you ain't got no personal standard.
But the problem with the personal standards, you set those standards and you expect those standards you have for yourself for other people to live by those standards. And that's
No,
not
no, no. Nobody's gonna live by your personal standard. Absolutely not. That's reality, yeah. But you gotta stand on your personal standard because that's what your results gonna come from, your personal standard. You know what I'm
Yeah, but
saying? But
like
yeah.
I always say, I'm black first. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what nobody say. I'm black first. Uh, do I agree
I'm
with
out.
it? Do
All
I
right, bro.
agree with
No problem.
everything? Like, no, I don't agree with everything that people do. Hell no, I don't.
Yeah, I don't do the
But
group thing. I'm not like the
yeah,
big group think person. Like I'm Mike first, then I'm black. Like I'm internal first, then it come to my skin, and then other stuff come. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say the spiritual come first. That's why I say I really think you got to learn the spiritual part first because spiritual is not about color; it's about character. You know what I'm saying? Your character, integrity, and it don't matter what color you are. If you got character, you got character, no matter what color you are. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. I don't know. That's my little personal standard, but you know what I'm saying?
that's why I always say like I'm black first, but because at the end of the day, like you can do all this other stuff, like, but at the end of the day, you still gonna be black. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
fine. That's fine.
Yeah, but like we let go of all this other stuff. I'm talking about really let it go, like. But I don't think people really paying attention to the war that's going on. Like it's all this stuff is revelation. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
All this stuff is revelation. We see it. I
Well,
know this. Like
the Bible has to fulfill itself, but you
it,
can pick
it
which side you
it's
want to be
gonna
on.
no,
But you
it's
can pick what side you want to be on, though.
no. That's the thing. Like, and that's when people take this stuff into their own hand. You can't change nothing. You can't change it.
You can't change it, but it's also free will too.
You can't change it. That's the thing.
So when
People,
Paul went down Damascus Road, he had a choice.
that's
He could
that's
either he could either
that's
go, he can either go ahead and convert to Christ, or he could have
that's
kept
it.
going. That's free will, though. He made a choice. He could have said, "No,
Just
I don't want
saying.
to do it." You know what
Just
I'm saying?
saying.
Yeah.
Like everything. Like it. We in 2026,
Mm-hmm.
and people get talking about like 1600, 17, 18, 19. Like it wouldn't even matter. Why? Because the evils are already. That's their war. That's what people like. I don't care about none of this stuff that's going on. None
Mm-hmm.
of it.
You
And that's
know
why
it.
I was like, I don't care about none of it.
Yeah.
Why? Because I believe in God.
But see,
Not
God is
no,
not about colors. See, to me, God is not about colors. It's about
it
because
ain't.
when
But
you go, when you gonna
I'm
meet God, it
still
ain't gonna
gonna
be.
be. I'm gonna be black first.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna be black. It ain't gotta be first, but I'm still black. Like everything is that that was spoken of. Like man, when the I ain't even share that post, but I was trying to tell people like people don't understand. Like, some already seen what was about to happen. Some people already seen what was about to happen. But please don't let them cut my lights off. But I told him, I said, man, I already seen that stuff. Don't ahead cut me short, cause I'm like I might get to saying some shit. They gonna ban the channel,
Oh,
bro.
you can.
They gonna ban the channel. I'm trying to tell you.
All right, guys.
I'm trying to tell you.
We ready to sign out. Thanks for watching Thinking Game Podcast. Are we learning backwards instead of learning forward? Let me know in the comments. Thinking Game Podcast. Let us know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. Like, share, and subscribe. What you about to say, bro?
Nah, for real though. They gonna see.
And we
If you
are
don't believe,
signing
if
out.
you don't believe in nothing, believe in God. If you don't believe in nothing, believe in God. Cause them clouds are gonna open up real soon.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and we will catch you on the next Thinking Game Podcast.